whatever you want to call me.
And I'm Christopher LeBoy, Tactical Boy. I'm always a boy, no matter what.
Hi, this is the Lourdes and Chris show. This is my amazing, beautiful, brilliant wife, whom I love greatly, and I'm a big fan of Star Wars.
And he's barefooted.
And I'm barefoot.
And this is my husband, Chris, who I dearly love, and he keeps me on my toes with his craziness.
One man's crazy is another man's sane. So we're back. This is episode number 3.
Episode number 3. We are so excited.
Excited today.
It's like every episode we're just like, ah!
Excited.
We have our dear friend who we've known for over a decade, who I trust dearly when it comes to health and all that. Our friend Sharon Winters, who is a naturopath.
That's right. And Sharon Winters was the phone call that Lourdes made when she found out she had cancer. That's how much we trust and rely on her. And she's one of our mentors, and she's the one that started us on a journey of eating healthy and taking care of ourselves from the inside and out.
We learned Nourish, Balance, and Cleanse because it's something that she introduced to us and to our friend that we met during this whole time.
I'm telling you, it's like our mantra now, Nourish, Balance, Cleanse.
Yep. And it's, you look at her story, as you guys will see, she's extraordinary.
She is amazing.
Yes.
So I don't think there's much more to say about it, right? We should just get into this amazing, brilliant woman.
Yes.
And away we go.
Here we go. Here comes Sharon Winters.
Yay!
Hi, we have Sharon Winters here, who is a naturopath.
That's right.
Who holistic, all about nature and how you heal the body, and she's an extraordinary woman. You guys are going to love her.
Amazing. We've known Sharon for some time now, and she's helped us a lot, and her story is really quite compelling herself. So we'll get into some of that as well. How are you, Sharon?
I'm awesome. I'm so great to be on your show.
Yay, and we're so excited that you're here. So honored, actually, because you are a plethora of information that I think many need to hear. I mean, along with the books that you've written and your life story that we'll get into actually on a second segment of our show. But we really want people to hear your story, and we want to know about, especially now because everybody's dealing with toxins, and they always hear about toxins and a toxic body and a toxic environment. So tell us, because you really are, and when it comes to this, information of toxins, I would say you would be considered the one person we definitely go to.
That's right.
I mean, you've helped us with so many things when it came to our health. So can we, for the viewers that are watching, why are there so many toxins, and where are the toxins that we should be aware of?
The toxins are everywhere. Toxins are everything that you're putting in, on, and around your body. And, in the course of the day, we may be getting, 800 different toxins from the moment that you wake up and you brush your teeth with fluoride, and you wash your hair with sodium lauryl sulfate, and women, have makeup that has, chemicals and hormones in it, and it's, and it doesn't get out of your body, especially if you've got certain DNA markers that keep those toxins in your body, so you can't methylate them out, and they just keep getting more and more and more until you get disease. It takes, by the time you feel that lump in your breast, it's been in your body for 5 years. You just didn't wake up one morning and, oh, I got a lump, I'm feeling a lump. Well, it took some time to get there.
Wow.
So yeah.
So tell us about those markers and what makes one more prone to one type of cancer or something, like you were just mentioning with the toxins, what affects your body, that it breaks down.
So when a client comes to me, one of the first things I do is I do a DNA test, and I test for 18 DNA actionable genes called SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms. And you can't change your DNA, although they're trying.
Yeah.
They're doing their darndest to change it, but you can take action on them. We're 80% nature and 20% nurture. And there's a great book called by Ben Lynch called Dirty Genes. And you can take action on some of these actionable genes. Not all the DNA SNPs can you take action on, but the ones that I test for to see what you're predisposed to, you can take a test, and it's a simple swab, and find out what's going on and take a look at these genes that if you're methylating or your inflammatory responses, your oxidation stress. And so I put the whole pieces of the puzzle together to find out what's going on and whether you got it, whether you have the mutant gene, whether you have it from one parent or you have it from both parents.
Mm.
So it's
That's
a really
right.
important thing to do because, and then I work with, depending on what's going on, I put together, the company puts together a formula I call precision nutrition based on your markers to help put those actionable genes that you might be predisposed to sleep.
Hmm.
And
Oh, nice.
it's not an overnight thing. And there's many different layers to that because I also work with the gut. 95% of the people walking around have leaky gut.
Yes.
And
Can you go into the leaky gut? Because I think many people use the term but don't really know what that means. Could you
yeah,
explain what that is?
it's basically holes in the lining of the thin cellular membrane of your gut. And that happens because of many different reasons. Um, the stress of life, who isn't under stress? The standard American diet called SAD, medications, antibiotics, and antibiotics are in everything. If you're not eating grass-fed organic meat or chicken, you're getting antibiotics. And it takes one set of antibiotics, takes 18 months to get out of your system. But if you're doing it over and over and over and over, and I'd say the biggest killer is glyphosate. So glyphosate is a really deadly chemical. It's used as Roundup, and it's an herbicide, and it's sprayed on crops to kill insects. And when these insects eat the crop, its stomach explodes. So the problem is these chemicals, they don't dry off. They can't wash them off. They're systemic. So if you're eating foods with glyphosate, and most people are, you're destroying your gut.
Sharon,
And
is that I'm sorry, is that the same reason why Roundup has been in trouble with the link to cancer? Is because of glyphosate? Is that right?
it's probably one of the most lethal toxins out there. And it's in corn. So, soy, sugar, cottonseed oil, canola oil, some squash, and Hawaiian papaya. I mean, they spray the fields in Hawaii with glyphosate. It's pineapples. I mean, it's so sad. And I go to the Whole Foods market, and you go to the salad bar, and you look at all these cooked foods. They use canola oil.
Hmm.
Oh, geez.
They use canola oil. And interesting, because when I go to Erewhon, they don't. So
Oh,
you
I
get what you
love it.
pay for.
I
Yeah.
love that store. It's like, Erewhon is amazing.
I wish it was in town with us. Yeah,
Yes.
kind of a haul for us.
Well, it's what?
It's a drive for us to get to One because it's like downtown, right?
Oh, where do you, no, they have, they're all over now. They
Oh,
just opened up one in Coldwater and Ventura Boulevard. There's one in
oh,
Calabasas. There's,
That's
yeah,
closer.
it's all over the place.
I love it.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that's one of our faves.
And everything there is organic. And you don't, because so much of the things in Whole Foods isn't.
Right.
Yep.
You have to be, which is one of the reasons I wrote my book. You have to be conscious. You have to be an aware consumer these days, because nobody's taking care of us but us.
That's true.
And
And
you mentioned your book.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I have my book. I just happen to have my book right here.
Yay.
It's called The Pure Cure, A Complete Guide to Freeing Your Life from Dangerous Toxins. It's a 500-page book. It's a reference book. So I go through 20 different chapters, from food to water to immunization to EMFs, makeup, toys, kids, things, what to do when you travel, and then solutions at the end of each chapter.
Oh,
That's
I'm in
great.
the process of working on a revision of it because I need to update it.
Yeah, well, there's so much stuff always showing up.
Sure.
That's, yeah,
You know, COVID wasn't around when I wrote that book. Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, we say before COVID and after COVID now.
Yeah,
BC,
Five restaurants. Yes,
BC
BC.
takes on a different meaning.
Yes, it does.
it doesn't. I know. That's like, so, I mean, everyone that's watching really needs to get this book because it is really critical for us to understand what we're surrounded by, what we're putting in, on, and around our bodies. Why are we getting sick? Even if we're trying to eat healthy. I mean, we go, well, I eat my vegetables and stuff, but sometimes there might be stuff that's sprayed on those very things that you're eating that are causing your problems.
Yeah, when I see somebody and they say, I eat healthy, my first question is, tell me what you eat. And almost 100%, it's not healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's impossible today to eat healthy. And I know what's healthy and what's not healthy. But I go out to dinner and I go to good restaurants and I know what I'm eating is not organic.
Mm.
But I also know what to take to cleanse my body, which most people don't.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to get this book, The Pure Cure. And we'll be back after this break. Super Digest is an enzyme that Dr. Daniel Newsom created because he understood that that's one of the things that are critical when it comes to your health. You need your enzymes to break down the foods like protein, fats, and carbs. Well, he has the strongest digestive enzyme formula in the market.
Yeah, the strongest.
The strongest.
It's got 10 types of active digestive enzymes to enhance the digestion of what proteins, fats, carbohydrates. You want to get all that out of there, as well as pineapple. This is a $10,000 word. Pineapple proteolytic. Proteolytic. Pineapple proteolytic enzyme.
And papaya proteolytic enzyme.
I'm trying to say it real fast. Pineapple proteolytic enzyme and papaya proteolytic enzyme.
Yep. And it's good for you.
And it's good for you.
So the enzyme helps you break down the food, which helps you then take in your nutrition, which helps you then stay healthy. And everything that this man makes, trust, is because he did the work, he did the research, and he made sure that everything he does, and every ingredient that goes in there is at its best, 100% amazing. And that's him.
We can't speak highly enough about this guy. And he's got integrity, he's got fairing.
Which is why you'll see him throughout the show.
Yeah.
We're back.
And we're back.
And Sharon's back.
I'm back.
Yes. And we're ready, and we're talking about free radicals. And that's really important to know about free radicals and what free radicals do. So can we go into that conversation of free radicals? Because especially now with everything having the poisons.
So free radicals are like rust on the pipe.
Hmm.
And that's just, and one of the genes that test for is the SOD2 gene, and that's your free radical defense. And it's one of the more important ones linked to chronic diseases. And so we support that gene with high dosages of antioxidants. And antioxidants are extremely important because they'll help with the rust on the pipe. But how much to take, what kind? There's many different types of, antioxidants, but we all need to have, high dosages of antioxidants, especially now because, let's say you have that gene, you got it from one parent or you have it from both parents. And now you walk outside and, you see the chemtrails. They're spraying us with aluminum.
You take the words from my mouth. Obviously, I was just going to say, and you said it, that there are several different types of antioxidants and several different things that are antioxidants. Is there, in your experience, is there the one antioxidant we all should be taking? It doesn't cause us any harm and it does nothing but benefit, or is it all a hodgepodge?
Oh no, there's a lot of great antioxidants. There's, glutathione is the master one, but how you get it and how it's absorbed is a whole other thing.
Which I love glutathione. It's so important because in fact, our liver releases that if our liver isn't overtaxed with all the toxins we're experiencing through the chemtrails, through the sprays on our food, through the artificial flavors and colors and everything. We just bombard ourselves that our liver can't release any of those things, which is glutathione is actually the mother of all antioxidants. So yeah, I agree with that.
A lot of people go and get Murphy's cocktail
What is that? What is Murphy's cocktail?
It's vitamin C, and they'll put in you ask for glutathione push to get the glutathione in your body, but you need to to see how you're absorbing all this, because you're taking glutathione and you've got a leaky gut. I mean, figure this out. And 95% of the people walking around have a leaky gut. And 80% of your immune system is in your gut. You're hearing more about the gut-brain connection. You're not absorbing. So it's leaking out into your body. So people that have arthritis and yada, 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 and headaches and all, it's from your gut. I've worked, as you know, in Chinese medicine for 30 years. And Chinese medicine, they don't have systems. They have elements. They have earth, water, fire, metal, wood.
Yes.
We have systems: immune, circulatory, endocrine, digestion, and respiratory. So our circulatory system is their water. Our hormonal and endocrine system is their fire. They believe that when a woman's fire goes out and when a man's fire goes out, as when they start to age. So you need to keep that stoked. Our digestive system is their earth. Everything revolves around the earth. That's where your health needs to focus on your gut. Gut health is everything.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, most people that I've noticed, the majority of people have a gut issue already, whether they're constantly constipated or they are not absorbing nutrients, and it's like almost everything is connected to the gut. It's like, oh, if you have this health issue or that disease, chances are.
So so I call it, you need to clear the clutter.
I like that.
I love that.
You need to repair, rebuild, and restore. So I have a whole protocol of fixing leaky gut.
Nice.
I love that.
And so then it makes everything you take that much more effective, because it's not going out of the body.
Correct. Yeah, because as much as you can, so like you said, some people will say, "Oh, but I eat healthy and stuff," which when you look at what they're eating, it's really not healthy.
Right. Oh, I eat chicken. Is it organic? Oh no.
Right.
Well, some will think that eating, vegetables that were frozen in a bag in a refrigerator for who knows how long in the store, and then they take it home and cook it, and they think that's healthy. And it's like, no, not really. It's pretty dead.
People don't know. One of the great things I used to love when I had my restaurant was I always, would go and, sit down with somebody. Hey, so how did you find this place? How did, and so I'd hear their stories. I love to hear people's stories.
Yeah.
What brought them to, because it's definitely a very different way of eating, to have a raw food. We didn't have any stoves or ovens. We just worked with dehydrators, making, everything was made with a dehydrator. And It was great. It was great while it lasted.
And of course, for people that don't know this, when a lot of times when you're cooking food, you're cooking, the nutrients right out of it.
So we'll get into it. My Dr. Kelly, who cured me of cancer, his whole thing was about enzymes and having enzymes. Well, the whole thing about raw is anything that you cook over 118 degrees destroys enzymes. So there's no, and as we get older, we lose our enzymes. That's the other thing. So that's another important role to our journey into health.
Yeah, because it's in the enzymes that breaks the food down.
That's the whole thing. I turned you on to Optimum Health Institute, I believe.
Yes.
So that's that's the raw food boot camp down there. I would go 2 times a year.
There's definitely no stoves there.
Definitely no. Yeah. The only thing they have there in a room is wheatgrass.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Lots and lots of wheatgrass.
And you can put it into every orifice you can think of.
That's right. But it's true. But you can use it as eye drops.
You see people in the ears and the eyes and the mouth and the nose and patches. Yeah.
enemas, the whole thing. Like wheatgrass is amazing, and it has the properties in wheatgrass, which I'm sure we'll go into on the next episode. But the stuff in wheatgrass is, I think it's funny because there was times where I got to the point where I was like, I can't take any more wheatgrass, but it was so good. Like the body reacted so well to it.
Does this look familiar?
It does.
Yes, that's what we pour the wheatgrass.
I've collected them, and
Yes.
and I put my little nutrients in every morning. I make it, for 2 weeks at a time. So, I would have a cup of this of wheatgrass when you're only supposed to do certain. So,
Yep.
I'm a
You're
diehard. So twice a day I would fill this up with wheatgrass.
Yeah. Of course, I was the opposite. I'm like, I only need to do 2 ounces 3 times a day,
Right.
and then I would do the 2.
Yeah.
And I would take it like a brick. But I love that they always had the cinnamon there, so you can just kind of like do it like a shot. Yeah, lick, like you.
And
No,
and
you take the shot. You lick
it
you lick
actually it actually is the best tasting wheatgrass I've ever had.
Yes,
That's a fair point.
I agree.
I'll give you
Their
that.
wheatgrass, for
Yeah.
some reason, compared to any other wheatgrass I've ever tasted.
So I
was
would
the
I would
best.
I would come home, and I would bring 2 cases of wheatgrass, and
Yeah.
I'd go through it, and then that would be the end of that.
Yeah, but it's true. Their wheatgrass, you can tell there is no toxins or sprays or any of that on there because it tastes really good compared to you go to any juice bar and you're like, tastes rough.
And you think, oh, here's the other thing, little tidbit. You go to I don't mean to keep knocking Whole Foods, but why not?
Why not? It's about
They
exposing
just
truth.
they just did a thing in Austin, Texas. They're the first store to do now a hand scan.
Yes, we saw that.
Yeah,
But I've seen that they're doing that, but Whole Foods is the first one, huh?
it's the first one.
Well, and ever since Amazon got involved with them.
Yeah.
That's true. Because they're
So
doing that.
you go to Whole Foods and you ask for a green drink. Most of the celery and nutrients, the vegetables, it's not organic.
Huh.
So now you're juicing these vegetables and you're getting a concentration of toxins and chemicals.
So true.
Profound. That's
true.
profound.
And you don't think it. People don't bother to ask. You think you're Whole Foods. Oh, I want a green drink, please. And one day I asked, I said, is this all organic? And they went, most of it. I go, what part is organic and what part isn't? Well, I don't think and they go, really?
Wow.
And no one knows this, but people need to know this.
That's right.
We'll be back after this break. Yeah.
Subtle.
I've always been the kind of person that likes to ask questions before I put something in my body.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fair.
what's in it?
Dr. Newsom, our friend of the show and our in-house doctor, has another product that we really, really love. It's called Inflammagon.
Yes. Dr. Newsom's Inflammagon, comprehensive, one-of-a-kind, powerful anti-inflammatory botanical formula made with,
It's called curcumin.
from organic turmeric root.
And he actually gets that from organic turmeric root.
Yep. It's freeze-dried Frankenstein's oil,
Did you say Frankenstein's oil?
How do you say it?
I say, okay, it has freeze-dried frankincense oil.
Scent, for the love of goodness.
Can you imagine Frankenstein's oil?
Did I say Stein? I said
Good.
Steins.
I'm saying, fire bad, Inflammagon good, joints feel better.
And you know what, sometimes, okay?
Okay, so it's got freeze-dried frankincense oil inside there, and it's actually bound to Dr. Newsom's unique fulvic acid and humic acid formula.
It's maximum absorption, anti-inflammatory actions. Guys, when it comes to inflammation, that's where disease thrives on. I mean, we're talking from cancer to bone disease to...
If you've not seen it yet, Dr. Newsom has this great conversation that he has about inflammation, and he uses a particle board as an example. We'll try and get that video up for you if we haven't already.
But this is the thing, it's everything he's created comes from the best quality of ingredients so that you have the best results. And his stuff is amazing. I mean, So when you take something that's anti-inflammatory, like Inflammagon, that's something that you wouldn't have to really worry about a lot of things. It's all natural, all organic, from nature, made from the best ingredients, from the best guy that could have put it together, and it just keeps you healthy.
Organic turmeric root,
Yeah, I mean,
Frankenstein's oils,
Oh, stop it.
frankincense oil. So, holy cow, right?
Yeah, like so much to learn, right? Like, I mean, we talked about toxins and where we're getting it from, you know, which is on and around our bodies.
Literally everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and
whether it's the shampoo you're using, the lotions you use,
so much to think about.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, I know. So much to think about. And here's the thing. We could have gone on for hours and hours and hours because she's such a wealth of knowledge. And it's obviously something that gets us excited and charged to talk about and to discuss.
There's so much to know.
There really is.
I mean, it can get overwhelming, which is why we break it up into episodes.
That's right.
But it's so much to learn. There's so many things that when it comes to our health, our overall health, and that is mind, body, and spirit. And as she talked about our pineal gland.
That's right.
And how important it is when it comes to your health. The vagus vein,
That's right.
Again, amazing to learn all these things.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I mean, she what she does is she's all like, "Hey guys, look, there's a rabbit hole," and you're like, "Oh, well, we got to go down that."
Yeah.
So that's what's so
We
amazing
dive
about it.
in and woo! But there is so much to learn, and that is why we were so excited that we had her on our show. I mean, we talked about so many great things that, hello.
That's right. And as always, you can follow Sharon Winters on right here.
Right
This
here.
is her here.
No, right here.
She's doing it right here.
There.
And then we're also on social media. So if you already haven't started following us and befriended us on social media, where's one here and here and here. And
And we can't forget our amazing doctor that we love to death. We love him so much.
seriously, he's amazing.
He's amazing. Dr. Daniel Newsom.
That's right.
Look at his products. Every one of them are extraordinarily amazing. They're great for, if you have any health issues, reach out to them. Go onto this link right here.
That's right.
Reach out, check out their products. If you have any questions, they're so amazing and loving and caring. I mean, they truly are.
They're people of integrity,
Yeah,
and
him
that
and his
it
wife,
shows in
Gina.
their products. We're in love with their products. We feel amazing taking their products.
Yeah, we
And-
love taking their products.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. What
Yeah.
was it? The Super Earth Energy?
Super Earth Energy, which gives you energy at a cellular level, which is something that you're not going to get jittery off of this.
I'm very sensitive to caffeine and
That's
stuff.
right.
I can't have just anything that gives you energy. It makes me ill. It gives me a migraine. I just feel nauseous. Super Earth Energy, I take it daily and I feel great. I don't
right.
feel exhausted. I don't feel like I have to take a nap between the day,
Nope.
which usually I do. I go to sleep great at night, especially when I take the what was it, the magnesium they have. You guys
No,
have to
you
check
look
that
into
out.
that too.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
10 drops on your hand, rub it on your belly or in your arm. And
Right, and you think,
it'll tell you, but it's
you think,
great.
how does that work? It does. It works amazingly well.
It works, and you do it an hour beforehand.
That's right.
But love this. I don't get the jitters. I just have energy, and I feel great. I feel balanced.
That's right.
Again, Super Digest, loving it.
Let your digestion work for you.
Yes. And Inflammagon. Again, these are three of the products. Well, we take several products, but these are three of their
That's
products
right.
that we take daily because we love what it does for our bodies. I really do. I mean, it's amazing. Amazing Inflammagon.
Yeah, we're blessed to have learned to have learned from Dr. Newsom. We're
Yes.
blessed to have him in our lives, and you should have him in your life too. Just get onto drnewsom.com and take
And
a
we're
look.
blessed to have him on our show.
And in fact, right now, because we're talking about the good doctor, we're going to show you Dr. Newsom's philosophy number 2.
Yeah. Dr. Newsom's philosophy number 2. And there we go.
And away we go.
Principle number 2, disorder and dysfunction are always initiated by irritation. Okay? Irritation is anything that causes trauma on any level to your body. Okay, so that could be lead poisoning, okay? Very traumatic, very damaging to your body, okay? Very, very blatant irritant lead is, right? Could be a car accident where you get banged up really bad, okay? That's blunt trauma, right? Could be a catastrophe in the family. Could be a relationship strain or something like that, okay? Those are all traumatic events and traumatic issues that put the body into a stress state. So if anything that puts the body into a stress state is an irritant, okay? So what is the body's response to irritation? The body's response to irritation is always, 100% of the time, an inflammatory response. If you want to take that lightly, I want you to go look at the Merck manual, okay, the diagnostic manual for every hospital in the country, and go look at how many diseases are defined in the Merck manual that end in ITIS, okay? Every one of those is an inflammatory response the body's having, okay? What you'll find is well over 90% of all known diseases that we deal with are nothing more than an inflammatory response the body's having to something that's irritating it. So, irritation always causes inflammation. Inflammation then leaves our body open to infection. Okay, and I'll give you an example. If you take a piece of particle board, okay, it's that glued together board, right? You take that, put it out in your backyard, and you let the sprinklers run on it, right? Okay, what happens to that particle board? First thing that happens is it'll swell up. Wouldn't we call that inflammation? Okay, so it inflames, it swells up. Once the wood becomes waterlogged, what else starts to happen? It starts to decompose, correct? Okay, so as that wood decomposes and starts to fall apart, the things start to grow on it, okay? And it starts to get, maybe it gets termites, maybe it gets, I don't know, even, fungus or anything can start growing on it, right? Mushrooms start growing on the wood, right? That is very similar to the process your body goes through in developing an infection, especially a chronic infection, okay? As the water or inflammation accumulates in your body, okay, your system gets waterlogged, it starts to decompose. As it decomposes, things that you don't want growing in your system start growing in your system. And it's interesting. Here's one of the things. Your sugar-eating microbes, your anaerobic microbes, okay, they are there to help break things down in our body. Okay, when cells are no longer viable and need to be broken down, one of the things that helps break down those cells is anaerobic microbes. Okay, those anaerobic microbes are there to break things down. Well, guess what happens when your body becomes chronically inflamed? Those anaerobic microbes start breaking your body down, okay? The only difference between decomposition of a piece of wood and decomposition in your body is we call it degeneration in the human body, okay? It's actually the same process. So that is principle number 2.
Dr. Newsome spent nearly 2 decades perfecting this energy-generating powerful formula.
Super Earth Energy. We should have an image up there. Super Earth Energy.
Yeah, we have that, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be there.
Super Earth Energy. It helps to improve adrenal and muscle fatigue.
Chronic fatigue.
Sure.
Compromised immune system. Sleep deficit.
Yeah, the sleep deficit. Oy. Okay, so the Super Earth Energy. Earlier today she said Super Earthy Energy, and I thought, what is that? Do I feel
earthy?
Earthy. But no, it's Super Earth Energy. And Dr. Newsome, can you imagine spending nearly 2 decades of your life perfecting a formula that helps people with like sleep deficit problems, compromised immune systems,
Low sexual desire?
Yeah, let's not overlook that. I mean, I overlook it because I don't have a problem with it, but no, I'm just saying it's one of those, and that kind of goes hand in hand with energy as it is. Because look, if you don't have energy, you're just not. That's not even a thing in your thought process.
Yeah, so I think it goes hand in hand, and so this kind of takes care of the fatigue and the draining feeling and the just overall like.
That sleep deficit though, that's something that I have problems with that every now and again.
Me too.
You know,
Well, guess what we're taking?
Please. Yeah, guess what? And we started taking the Super Earth Energy for that reason. So it's just one of those things where, like, yeah, right now as we speak.
Yeah.
The thing of it is that everybody could use a little pick-me-up energy, and in this world, when you've got something like Super Earth Energy, which is naturally increasing your energy.
Super Earth Energy.
Did I not say super?
No, he said super energy and it's super Earth Energy.
I ate the Earth. But I said Super Earth Energy. This is what I said, Super Earth Energy.
The point is...
Super Earth Energy.
There you go, baby. I knew you had it in you.
The good Dr. Newsom, our in-house doctor, actually spent nearly 2 decades.
Yep.
I mean, let that sink in.
Nearly 2 decades.
Wow.
Perfecting this formula.
But
why? Because he cares about people.
I was just going to say, that doesn't surprise me. Look at the source. Of course he spent nearly 2 decades perfecting this formula, because that's how much he cares.
He really does.
So, yeah, go ahead and get yourself some Super Earth Energy.
Get Super Earth Energy if you want to stop this whole fatigue mess.
Don't get energy. Get Super Earth Energy.
And it helps the adrenal, like we mentioned,
muscle
fatigue.
Right, adrenal and muscle fatigue. It's good for both of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't, you want Super Earth Energy.
So get yours today. It is the best. I mean, honestly, everything this man makes is the best.
That's why he's our guy.
Yep. That's why he's our guy.
Super Earth Energy.
Super Earth Energy.
So much fun to do this show, guys. We look forward to doing it every week, and we're so glad you can join us.
Yes. We are sharing our truths. The people we have on our show are sharing their truths. And because it's their experience, their personal experience. I mean, look at Sharon Winters. She beat cancer naturally.
Naturally. Okay.
And we'll go into, of course, my story on that at another time.
That's right.
On another episode.
Like, today has got us so energized and charged.
We had our dear friend Sharon Winters talking about toxins.
That's right.
I mean, all this great information that
I'm smarter. I'm smarter now.
Yeah. I love to learn. I've learned so much stuff. And to know that I could keep learning and keep learning for the benefit of my health and for my loved ones, come on. That's a win-win.
No brainer.
Yeah. And it's like, you're not being charged to learn this stuff. We're telling you, we're sharing this information because it's important to us.
That's right. And as we've said before, it is time for this conversation to change, and that's why we're having this conversation. Yes. And thank you for joining our conversation. And if you would like to see more of our conversation and you want to help us out, please donate to our cause.
Yep, you can go to createoptionc.com. You click on that button. It'll take you, I believe, to PayPal. Now, as time goes on and we keep going, we keep growing, we will have a better spot where you can actually go and donate directly, much easier and smoother, because not everybody has PayPal and whatever. But you can always reach out to us because we have a way of donating to Zelle. And
that's right.
So there is a way you can reach out to us, and we will tell you exactly how you can donate. So please, this helps us to help others and to share this information.
And if you're sitting there thinking, I want to know the rest of Kristen Lourdes' story, you can check out our book on Amazon.com, our Journey to Option C, or in Espanol,
Nuestro viaje a la opción C.
I just let her say that part because I don't know.
Because he doesn't speak Spanish.
And if you just want to deep dive into just getting started today on day one, Lourdes has the book that she's written, 3-Week Step into a Healthier You, also available on Amazon.
Yes.
So we're going to see you next week. Thank you for joining us. Yes. We love you. We appreciate you being with us. And we can't wait to talk more.
Yes. It's going to be so much fun. Bye.